So, colleagues, good afternoon and welcome. Let me take this opportunity to now humbly request the President of the IFP, Ovelenkosi Nhlabisa, to communicate the statement of the IFP following a meeting of the National Executive Committee of the IFP, which concluded a short while ago. I'm not sure if we should... We ate your message, guys. Should we wait for ENCA?
Yeah.
All right, there's solidarity amongst the media houses. Oh, there's a GNU of the media houses there, so...
I think we are best
all right. Actually, on that one, I think you are ahead.
Yes, you need to watch the door.
But we're taking notes, guys, don't worry.
Yeah.
We're taking notes.
SABC has been sharing benches with me for some time.
Don't get too cozy.
Alright, GNC, are you good? Okay, you just indicate when you are good to go. Oh, David, your lights, bruh. Yeah. Right, so the GNU of the media houses keeps expanding. More members joining. The door's not closed.
The doors are not closed for anyone.
What does SABC want now? Please go ahead, you are live. SABC in John Dillon. Yes, bet.
All right, I think we're going to... All right, Mr. President, I think you're good to go. You're right. All right, we were just waiting up for ENCA. YNKZN TV, you will join us along the way. We don't want to collapse this media chain. Mr. President, over to you.
Thank you very much, Comrade Mkulego, our national spokesperson. Greetings to Treasurer General, the chairperson of the National Campaigns Committee, and also greetings to the provincial chairperson of Gauteng, Comrade Bonginkosi Dlamini. I want to take this opportunity on behalf of the IFP National Executive Committee, which have just concluded its meeting, firstly to greet all of you ladies and gentlemen of the media and all the people of South Africa. For the past 9 days since the inauguration of the President of the Republic, all the people of South Africa, the continent of Africa, and the international community have anxiously awaited the President's announcement of cabinet. At this point, with speculation rife on what might or might not transpire, it is important to the IFP that we keep the nation informed of where we as the party stand. It was expected, of course, that the President's announcement would not be made as swiftly as usual, for this cabinet is not a cabinet under majority rule, but must reflect a government of national unity. With 10 parties already signatory to the statement of intent of the GNU, the complexities of forming a cabinet are manifold. The IFP has been part of these discussions from the very start. Following intense negotiations with the ANC and the DA, we announced our decision to join the Government of National Unity on 12 June 2024. 3 days later, we signed the statement of intent agreeing on the broad principles of how the GNU will function and where its focus will be. We were subsequently engaged in the actual formation of the GNU, holding discussions with the ANC and the DA. From the outset, the IFP has maintained that those discussions should be respected and given space to pave the way forward. So when alarmist reports began to emerge of a potential stalemate between the ANC and the DA, the IFP was not immediately concerned. There was, as far as we could see, no crisis. We understood that there will be necessary teething problems in the formation of the government of national unity. Now, however, like all South Africans, the IFP is growing concerned. Our concern is for a country that is eager to move forward. The work of governance must begin. We cannot remain in a holding pattern where there is so much to be done. It is essential that the President, as the Constitution allows him, be able to reach the stage of announcing the new cabinet. The IFP is thus calling on the ANC and the DA and any other party to conclude the outstanding issues between them without further delay. On the part of the IFP, we are ready to serve our country. We accept the President's ultimate prerogative to make his appointments as he sees fit. I have full confidence that the leader of the ANC is deliberating with best interest of our country in mind. And I have no doubt that the leader of the DA is doing the same. Obviously, in all our minds, certain ministries take precedence over others on the basis of what we seek to achieve for South Africa. But there is no position more important than the good of the country as a whole. Beyond ministries, there is South Africa and its people who must not be at the stalemate for a longer time. Agreements must be reached on a win-win that enables South Africa to move forward. In the service of our country, it is necessary for us all to put our own interest aside, electing rather to serve the common good. And what is good for our country at this critical juncture is to move forward with the work of governance. The IFP remains committed to the government of national unity, and we stand ready to play our part in the service of the nation. With regards to the government of provincial unity led by the IFP in KwaZulu-Natal, I must express our ongoing commitment to working in partnership for the good of the province. Already, we have achieved great work. I must thank our leadership for the way that we hit the ground running, ensuring that there are no delays in serving the people. I am confident that we have an excellent team in KwaZulu-Natal. We welcome the most recent addition to this team with the election of His Worship Councillor Michael Khumalo as Mayor of Zululand District Municipality. Councillor Khumalo has vast experience and has been in unbroken service as a councillor since 1995, with almost 3 decades of service under his belt. The Mayor of Zululand District, Councillor Michael Khumalo, is poised to deliver. We have noted issues of concern raised by the NFP, and the IFP will engage the NFP's leadership to find a common ground. It is in the IFP's nature to mediate where there is disagreement, to overcome challenges, and to create consensus. We will play this role wherever we are asked to do so, for we believe in serving the greater good in our country. As we committed to do, we are putting South Africa first. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That is the content of our statement.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for the statement, and I would now like to take this opportunity to field questions. Colleagues, please state your name and the media house where you are coming from. And David, please assist Oyasin with the roving mic so that colleagues can be able to pick up sound.
Testing.
All right, thank you very much, colleagues. Over to you. Going once. Oh, just when I was thinking that is very clear. All right, SABC.
Good afternoon, Jay Pauls from the SABC. Just to ask for more clarity on the issue of the NFP President Ivan Barnes. He says that the IFP has reneged on an agreement pertaining to the Zululand District Municipality, and that's regarding the mayoral candidate. Can you just explain to us what he's speaking about with regards to reneging on that agreement? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Any other colleagues? All right, Mr. President, can we hand over to you?
Thank you very much. To clarify this question, as I said in our statement, the IFP believes in engagement in a respectful manner. We do not appreciate engaging over the media because we have a platform. The IFP, the ANC, the Democratic Alliance, and the NFP, we have a platform at a provincial level in KwaZulu-Natal where we engage each other. The meeting that discussed our arrangement in KwaZulu-Natal agreed on the formation of the government of the provincial unity in KwaZulu-Natal. Of course, there were issues that were raised but which were not made as points of agreement. The best way we will deal with the issue of the NFP is to engage directly with the leadership of the NFP. It is a common knowledge that the IFP in the Zululand district, it holds the majority of councillors. The principle is, as we hold the majority of councillors, really we cannot exchange the will of the people and give it to any other political party. But we are open in the engagement with the NFP and see how we can get a common ground to address their concerns. We are aware they also indicated the issue of uthukela. The IFP is governing Inkosi Langalibalele, is governing Alfred Duma. It could not go well to the voters if we exchange their will for whatever reason that we can explain. But the best thing we feel as the IFP must be done is to engage the NFP in a proper platform where the four political parties are engaged, so that we take our municipalities forward, our province, as well as our country forward.
Thank you very much on that. Thank you very much. I just want to probably make one addition to what the President has said on the NFP question, that when the provincial government was discussed, you recall that there is the ongoing statement of proportionality in the executive. But we, as the IFP and the other partners, felt that if you applied that formula to KwaZulu-Natal, it would have effectively meant that the NFP would have been left out of the provincial cabinet. It was in the collective thinking then of the negotiating teams across the parties that them not qualifying on the basis of proportionality does not mean that they should be closed out. Hence, the Honorable Shinga in the provincial legislature is currently now the MEC for Social Development in KwaZulu-Natal. This was in keeping with the spirit which the President has indicated of continuous engagement, and the commitment to engage remains firmly on the table. But as things stand, we must put categorically that there is no agreement between the IFP and the NFP on local government matters. I just want to make that addition, Mr. President, to say that there's progress on these discussions, and the first point was that a seat on the provincial cabinet was actually secured for NFP, and done so in good faith without any other expectation other than the fact that we view all of us in the government of provisional unity as equals in the formation of this cabinet. Thank you very much.
Just a point of clarity to Mr. Tabisa, you say obviously, when you say but there is no position more important than the good of our country beyond ministers, are you in this regard saying the President should use his constitutional right and announce his cabinet with immediate effect?
Indeed, the whole country, the voters, the continent of Africa, and the international community is looking at the President, who is given the power to do so by the Constitution. The IFP is saying the engagement should reach the finality. All stakeholders involved should bear in mind that the country can't be kept at the stalemate for too long. We agree we shouldn't make quick decisions, but it is a little bit longer now. Other provinces are at work. The country should gain the confidence of its people that it is going forward. The IFP is of the view that whoever is involved should finalize the issues, and the President accordingly use the prerogative that is granted to him by our Constitution. We know it's not going to be willy-nilly just appoint anyone anyhow, but he is engaging, and the engagement should not go on endlessly. It should reach a point where we get the country going forward.
Thank you, Inkatha. Any other hands? Going once.
And just once, and maybe just to add, the impact of the president not announcing his cabinet is felt greatly at the legislature level as well, where even yesterday and today we were engaged in meetings talking about portfolio committees, cabinet, and other committees that need to be elected at the legislature level. So the delay causes that kind of lacuna as well. So just to support the president and Koleko here, the quicker the president announces, the easier it is for Parliament to continue functioning, because Parliament is elected by the people for the people. So we really need to get Parliament moving as well. Thank you.
But TJ, I saw the draft parliamentary program. Budget votes are beginning soon.
Yeah.
So in the absence of structure, that may prove to be very difficult. Colleagues, anything else? Going once, going twice, going thrice. Mr. President, let me take this opportunity to thank you for this update, which reaffirms the IFP's commitment to its own commitment of being part of the GNU, and we fully support the sentiments and outlook that you have expressed, and we want to thank you for the role that you have played, particularly this week, in facilitating engagements, the mediation, and really all the effort that you have put in to move this process forward. We truly appreciate all that work that you have done. Colleagues, thank you very much. We wish you a blessed weekend. Take care, be good. Then there's a hand. Sis,
After
just
talk.
get the mic. Just one second, Jomane. Right.
Fanele Mhlobo from SABC. We understand that there have been these ongoing negotiations. As the IFP, you had your own expectations when you went on the table. Are you happy with how the negotiations went? And then now that we have reached the stage where there is this back and forth, how is this affecting now the party and the decision that you took in coming in deciding to be part of the GNU?
Thank you, Mrs. Fanele.
Thank you very much, Fanele. The IFP entered the GNU fully aware that it is going to be a give and take. In a coalition government, you do not come with fixed positions. You advance how you feel things should be. You engage and engage and engage up to a point where you say, let us get a common ground. The IFP is happy on its side, on the engagement we are engaged with, and we know the next 5 years is going to be a period of engagement. It should be a win-win situation, not winning and others losing. So we are quite happy, and we are quite aware that we will need to engage over a period of 5 years to ensure that our country is not put at a stalemate after the elections we had on May 29. So I'm quite happy.
Okay, can we wrap up and then we will do the VNEC and any other one-on-ones that colleagues may want. The President is available for that, so it does not end the engagement. Mr. President, are there any concluding remarks on your side?
All right, we're going to leave it there. That was the IFP there briefing the media on the GNU. Now, the IFP, according to the DA, is one of the 3 founding members of this GNU, and many questions have been asked about their silence in the latest public disputes between the ANC and DA. As you've heard, the party president, Velenkosini Hlabisa, saying that the IFP, they've been very adamant from the initial engagements of this GNU GNU that an agreement among all parties was needed, and of course the expectation as well as mitigation of teething problems in the formation of the GNU. He says that they have now also started to grow some concerns with the latest developments, and called on the ANC and the DA to conclude their outstanding issues between them immediately so that the president can then announce his cabinet as he sees fit. He also said that he believes that the two leaders have the best interest for South Africans, and urged that they now need to move forward with the work of government, and they, as the IFP, are always available themselves to mediate this process. On the issue of the NFP raising the issue that the party has not abided by its original agreement in KZN, he said the IFP has the highest number of councillors in the Zululand district, and therefore they cannot go against the will of the people. They did say, however, that they will engage with the NFP.